Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This is another kit by Plannerface, who I do PR for. You can use Tilly 10, no, just Tilly, sorry, I'm too used to saying Tilly 10. Tilly to save, so this is, I think it's called Rainfall or Rainstorm is what it's called, and it's art by Kittenish Jess. Where have I gone? Is my video paused or just not working yet? It's just being buggy on my screen. Good. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I am using a foil bundle in Lavender Hollow from Scribble Prints Co, along with underlays from my own shop, which are in the Cloud design, which hasn't yet come out, but will be coming out probably when I reopen. So yeah, I'm just popping it down at the base of this spread. I don't think I did anything unusual. I had 4 books that I finished this week, so that's going to go in the sidebar. And with Plannerface kits, there's enough for 2 headers a day in the kit, and you can get the glitter add-on if you need the like full lot. But what I do is I just use 7 of the little washi strips as my 3rd header, which I just really like to do. So yeah, that's kind of how I do things. I've got day extenders on just Monday, Tuesday, and then no full box on Thursday. I am trying to reduce my day extender business because otherwise my planner just ends up so chunky by the end of the week. Yeah, that's what I mean, not the end of the week. So do I have anything else to say about this base? Not really. I really like how it came together. I think the Lavender Hollow works really well with this kit. I just think Lavender Hollow is perfect with like purpley blue kits. It really makes me sad that there's not a Lavender Hollow that I can get in the UK on non-manufactured foil. Obviously you could probably get it on manufactured foil, but that wouldn't be made in the UK anyway. Not that my foil is necessarily, the foil I buy is made in the UK. I suspect it's still made in China and just shipped by somebody in the UK to me. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the books that I read or listened to or finished listening to this week. So the first one I gave 4 stars to, and it is Confessions of a 40-something F-up. I should have said there will be swearing in this, so if you've got little people around, probably don't, yeah. To be fair, even in the title, the UC is like hashed out, so I feel like it's kind of the title to say F-up. Anyhow, this is about Nell, who moves from the US back to the UK, her hometown, her home country, sorry, after a failure of her business and breakdown of her engagement. She's in her 40s and unmarried, childless and unemployed. She is forced to move in with a married man who lives in London half of the time, half the week, and she is surrounded by her friends who all seem to have their shit together. She decides to take on a year-long mission to improve her life. Along the way, she meets Cricket, who is an 80-something widow who just has the best attitude towards life. I really enjoyed this. It is laugh out loud funny, so I gave it 4 stars, which is like, this is excellent. This is really good. It's like, so yeah, I really enjoyed this. Is 4 stars. This is amazing. Is 4.5, and this is my entire life. Is 5. I don't give very much 5 stars. Anyway. So it's laugh out loud funny. It's a great tonic for anybody who is feeling like they're fucked up. Obviously I'm in my very late 20s. I'm 29. I'm 30 this year in like 2 months. I'm childless and employed and happily married, but I still related a lot to Nell and how she was feeling. And I think that's kind of the point in this book. Nobody feels like they have their shit together, however much it looks like that on the outside. Like, I know a lot of people look previously, I know a lot of people looked at my life before I was off sick and stuff and was like, how do you manage it? How do you do so much? And I was like, I don't feel like I have my shit together, but everybody else seems to think so, you know? Anyway. So yeah, it gives the realities of life, really. And what I've written is, in my review, is, spoiler alert, no one has a fucking clue what they're doing. Lots of different aspects of life are explored in it. It's love, friendship, family, marriages, babies, and lots more. It's mostly character rather than plot based, and that's normally not my favourite thing, but actually I really enjoyed this. So yeah, and that's kind of it for that. Sorry, I should say authors. I'm really bad at like saying authors and stuff. I don't even think about it. I'm like, I just live in my own little bubble. But it's by Alexandra Potter. The next book I am going to go over is Her Secret Life by Anna E. Collins, and thank you to NetGalley and Bookture for an arc of the audiobook. So yeah, this is my honest review, but yeah, an arc. Again, I gave this 4 stars, which again means I really enjoyed it. So this is about Leah, Alison and Gillian, who are 3 sisters who haven't seen each other and have fallen out of touch over the years. Leah's husband dies, and about a year later she decides to try and reconnect with her mum, so she heads back to her hometown. Unfortunately, when she arrives, she finds out her mum has been found dead, and the result of that is the 3 sisters being thrown back together and trying to reform a relationship. It's a 3 point of view book. It is told by each of the sisters and alternates between them. I love this, again, because it's so compelling and real. Like, one of the things I really love in a book is to, like, for the characters to feel real and flawed, and it not to be, everything not to go well. It highlighted, like, how everyone has their stresses and drama that's going on, and you often don't know what's going on in people's lives, even if you're really close. This is marketed as a thriller, and that's what, like, the review sites say it is, but I would say it's contemporary fiction rather than a thriller. But yeah, the twists aren't particularly shocking or even that twisty. It's a great book though, about love, loss, family dynamics, and I would really recommend it. The ending felt resolved, but not too, like, perfect, and I don't like that in books. I don't like when everything is tied up in a perfect bow. There's also a lot of character growth, which I really enjoyed. The audiobook was okay, but the narrator only had, like, one voice with, like, subtle changes, and that kind of wound me up a little bit. Moving on, we have to my 3rd read. So this was a Kindle Unlimited book. It is Chef's Kiss by Jarrett Melendez, I think is how you say his name. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I gave this 4.5 stars in my planner, but I keep switching between 4 and 4.5. I don't know. Anyway, so this is a coming of age novel about a coming of age graphic novel / MLM romance. So Ben is one of my characters. He has just finished college and is moving in with his friends after college. He's always been told he should be a writer or work in publishing or editing. So when he leaves college, he looks for a job for that, but everywhere says he needs experience. Shock horror. So then he walks into a local restaurant who has a sign saying hiring, no experience necessary, and meets Liam, who he's immediately attracted to. He's placed on a weekly trial of the job, and basically the graphic novel is about his journey through those weeks and his relationship blossoming with Liam. This graphic novel is so cute. I really, really enjoyed it. I loved Ben and Liam and their relationship. There were really real bits of it. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but, like, Ben's friendships with the people he lived with, when you're starting a new job and stuff like that, it was really interesting, and it covered, like, the realities of going from college to working life even when you live with friends. Liam supports Ben so much, and there's a bit, I don't want to give it too many spoilers, but there's a bit that's, like, surreal and wouldn't really happen in real life, but I think it's adorable, and it like made me laugh, and yeah, Watson stole the show in my opinion. The art's cute, but not, like, my style. There's a lot of recipes and, like, other bits, which is why I wouldn't say this is just a true romance. When you realise that the author is actually a chef, it makes so much more sense that there's, like, recipes throughout the book, and it's actually vegetarian recipes, and I'm vegetarian, so I loved that. I better hurry up because I've got one more book to cover, and that is so yeah, I would highly recommend Chef's Kiss if you like a cute graphic novel coming of age story. Last but not least, we have Undoctored, which is Undoctored, the story of a medic who ran out of patients by Adam Kay. I gave this 3.5 stars. It's a memoir. I find it really difficult to review memoirs because I can't comment on other people's experiences in their lives. Like, a memoir is somebody's own reflection of their life, so how can you review it? But anyway, Adam Kay, for those of you who don't know, who used to be an obs and gynae doctor and is now a writer who published diaries from his days of being an obstetrician and gynecologist. It's got a few flashbacks of his time in the NHS, but this mostly covers medical school, but this mostly covers his life since he has left medicine. It is heavy at times. There's just some trigger warnings that I'm just going to give it now is there's eating disorders, rape, miscarriage. I didn't expect this going in, I'm not going to lie. With Adam K, it's still funny and it's still laugh out loud funny, but it is very real and it's not really what I expected going in. I also want to say some of the experiences he has in medicine are not things I've experienced, and I don't think they necessarily happen quite as much anymore, but quite a few of them do as well, and that was a bit depressing that there's still a lot of the same faults that they were. Anyhow, I am moving on to the day by day. Yeah, as I say, really hard to review memoirs, but I do think, yeah, it was an interesting read and worth reading if that's your kind of thing. But yeah, just to be aware that it is a bit heavier than his other novels, books, diaries, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so on to the day by day because I am behind. Well, no, I'm not. I'm about to start Monday. So in the sidebar, I have just put that my highlight of the week was PAX World weekend, and we did a Year of the Dragon theme. So I've just popped that dragon in there. So on to Monday. I started off the day with doing some admin phone calls, and then I did a bit of revision, and I did some walking workouts on YouTube because it was chucking it down. And I'm doing something called Better Than Yesterday, which is like, it's made by the same people as What Do You Mean, but it's basically cards that give you a challenge each day, and my challenge for the day was a workout you've not done before, so I did some walking workouts. Then I finished off the Hammerbead Dragon. I made progress on the Hammerbead Dragon. I think I finished it this day for the weekend for the guides to like do a version of. I made the design of it basically based on a picture, like a more complex one. Then I had did a face mask and was reading Confessions of a 40-something fuck-up. I edited a video, and then I had a goals call with Sophie, my bestie. We are trying to have monthly goals calls to set our goals for the next month and see how we did on our previous goals, just to try and keep us both on track. Then I sorted out my work bag because I knew I was going to go back to work. And then that's when this day sort of fell apart. I went over to my parents' house for dinner, as I usually do, and I basically, with one thing and another, ended up, I was trying to talk to my mum about something. Basically, my mum was stressed out about something. I tried to get her to like be a bit more rational, and then overreacted. She wasn't taking that very well, and then I got upset by something she'd said to me, and it just all blew up basically. And yeah, it blew up badly. So yeah, huge row with my mum, and I was crying my hours out, and then I was in my feels. On to the next day. Started the day by doing a load of laundry. I think I was doing it on and off all day really. Then I was working on my February setup in my bullet journal planner, pre-planner thing. And set my February budget with Soch. Then I got some pretty awful texts from my mum. It started nicely, but it kind of blew up and it was a bit awful. So then I was feeling even more shit than I had been already. Tried to have a video call with my bestie Soph. We're trying to do a planning call every week as well, and it was just an utter fail. And I just couldn't stop sobbing, so we gave up. Then I went for a walk, and then my mum texted me like, do you want to talk? And I was like, yes, I wanted to talk all day, you've not been willing to, but whatevs. That's fine. And then we had guides, and it was patrol time, and then we went out for an Indian meal because we hadn't had dinner. So on to the Wednesday, I was in my feels. It was just all like too much from the last few days, and I was still feeling really sad about the argument with mum, even though we'd kind of made up. I was just not feeling good. Then I filmed a plan with me and read half of Chef's Kiss, or all of Chef's Kiss, don't know which. Then I had my mind group, which was that week was on mindfulness. Then we redid our planning call on the Wednesday, so that was my planning call with Sophie. Did some guide admin for prep for the weekend, which was the PAX World weekend. I edited and voiced over a video, which was the plan with me, presumably, and then I did some cuddles with Sophie and did some questions revision stuff. Then it was the 1st of February. I can't believe we're like over a month into the year now. That is just bonkers to me. So then I folded up all the laundry. So the first thing I did today was fold up all of the laundry I had done on the Tuesday, and then I went and got my balayage and haircut. If I remember, I'll try and pop a photo on screen right about now. And then I did some I really was happy with my hair, did some reading while the bleach was doing its thing. Then I went on a grocery run and had OT. So the grocery run was all on my own, which was my first time I've done that in ages. And then I had an appointment with the OT to like talk about how it went and our next steps with OT. Did a load of resting, filmed a video, did a load of guide admin, and then I went over to a friend's house, to Christina's house, and we had mac and cheese and just sat and chatted, and it was really lovely. She's such a lovely individual, and she is pregnant, and I'm really excited for her, and yeah, it was just really nice to sit and chat. And I need to hurry up because I'm putting down Saturday's stickers. On to Friday, I did some more guide admin for the weekend. Then I went to meet with my manager slash head of education, Rachel, and one of the consultants for the job I'm going back to. I was freaking out because I went up onto the ward and I found it really, really stressful, and I was really stressed that I wasn't going to manage when I went back to work. Then when I came home, I did a lot of resting, read some of my book, did more guide prep, and we had sexy times in the evening. On to Saturday, it was the Pax World weekend. It actually started on the Friday, but I didn't go on the Friday. I actually didn't go to it as much as I would have liked to. I messed with my new hair and trying to like just give it a bit more volume and a bit of a curl, but failed miserably really. Then I marked in that it was the Pax World weekend. We made sweet spring rolls with the girls. I took a bit of time out and read some of my book, which was my mechanical romance. I then drove the girls to pottery painting. We got a Chinese takeaway with them, and then I set up a film for film night, and then we had snuggles and watched Parks and Rec. Finally, on to Sunday, it was Pax World weekend again. We did some baking, we went for a walk, I did some more reading of my mechanical romance, I was in my feelings, then I had snuggles and we watched Parks and Rec, and that is it for this week and this video. Sorry that like last 2 days has been a bit of a rush. The girls did loads more on the Pax World weekend, but I wasn't up to joining in. Thank you for watching, comment, like down below, all that kind of jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye!